Hey there, hi there, ho there. Welcome to Mari's Golden Hour. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, and happy Halloween. I love this time of year. I love everything about it. I love all that pumpkin spice stuff. I might not eat it all and drink it all, but I just love knowing that it exists. And I love the layering aspect of it as far as fashion is concerned, whenever it does get chilly enough to layer. I love the movies, the TV shows, just the whole spooky vibe. I love everything about it. And I'm pretty sure I mentioned there were a couple of sites to check out on YouTube of people that have been driving through the haunted Halloween town haunts. Check those out. I cannot remember the names of them off the top of my head, but refer to them in the last podcast. So something else that I've done recently, I ended up rediscovering Nine Inch Nails. And I say this because, well, they were on my mind, the band. Well, Trent Reznor. I mean, let's face it. I know that there's other members in the band, but come on. It's all Trent Reznor. Well, and Atticus, but still. All started off with Trent. And I was thinking about the band lately. And then I was, what was I doing? I think I was cleaning or about ready to work on a project. And I thought, let me listen to some music. I wasn't too sure what I wanted to listen to. And I was going through what I had, pulled out what I thought was like a reggae hip-hop sort of vibe. Turned out it was just a jacket that I just randomly picked out in order to protect the CD, and yes, I said it, CD, of Downward Spiral, which is just awesome. If you haven't listened to it, please do, but it has, a lot of the hits that got much airplay on the radio, which I didn't appreciate it then when it was on the radio, because it was just overplayed. I was more interested in all that stuff that never made it to the radio. And also the debut CD or cassette or whatever it was released out as at the time. But wow, just listening to that and, just having that span of time go by, it hits even better. Much like when I mentioned Prodigy, Fat of the Land, just awesome. Love listening to it. But I had to make myself stop listening to it and moved on into other stuff. And now I cannot stop listening to the back catalog of Nine Inch Nails and even the newish stuff. I did the download that I believe they released I think it was in May, which I haven't even been able to listen to the whole thing because I just knew, just listening to maybe 10, 20 minutes of it, I was in love. And I knew I needed to go back and listen to it another time, but it never disappoints. And what is so cool, I was listening to songs that I hadn't heard before, but it sounded awesome. When I looked it up, I realized, oh, this was released 10 years ago or 14 years ago. Just the music ages so well, and actually it's timeless in a way. I knew that Trent Reznor was a musical genius back then, and he just proved it even more so now. Even if you're not a fan of Nine Inch Nails, I don't know how that is possible, but just go and listen to it. Check it out. If you're not into the industrial sound, which, again, listening to it, his influences are, I don't want to say they're all over the place, but I hear what he is influenced by in the music, and it is just so cool. I don't know, if you're a fan of music in general, you're going to enjoy it. You're going to find something to enjoy. And even if you don't like the music, then there's his soundtrack work. Very landscape, very moody. And I was listening to something. I wish I could remember the song. I don't know if it was Copy of a Copy or something else, but I was listening to the lyrics, and it's like the lyrics are deep, and it's like, like you can tell that the words are deep, but you can't figure out how, and that's in and of itself. It's like it's so trippy. I love it. So I don't know. I dug the fact that I had this super bonus of like discovering my own music that I hadn't listened to in quite some time, thinking I was going to get one thing, and then when I open it up, it's like, oh, what? Christmas came early? This is like the perfect Halloween treat. I loves it. So yeah, check that out. And then with me rediscovering my love and just going into that back catalog of Nine Inch Nails and just all that delicious moodiness that is Trent Reznor, and even listening to some of the interviews. Ooh, there was one that he did with, and I can never figure out if I pronounce it correctly. Is it Moog? Meg? M-O-O-G, the synthesizers. If you just pop in his name and Moog, I think that's how you pronounce it, is Moog, yeah. If you pop in his name and Moog, there's an interview that he did, and it was cool. I mean, all he was doing was just talking about synthesizers and just the history, a little bit of the history his history with it, and I'm trying to remember the name of the band, because the music that played along with it, it's like, wow, like I was sucked in because he was being so serious about this. And even though like the subject itself, it's not like it's, hugely sexy or anything, and it can be kind of dry, but wow, I was sucked in, and I was hanging on every single word. It was almost laughable. Just, well, check it out for yourself. I don't want to ruin it, but I can't remember if I posed this question or not about has anybody actually slipped on a banana peel? I feel like I have, but I was thinking if I had already asked that from last podcast or a couple podcasts ago, and as I was thinking it, some commercial or video or something came on with a bunch of banana peels, or featuring banana peels. So, yeah, I had to ask because that popped up. Kind of a coincidence and kind of weird and spooky, but 'tis the season. Oh, speaking of Nine Inch Nails and just all that cool music, I was also re-falling in love again with all things goth, like, and of that nature, that vibe of music, and just my enjoyment of Joy Division and Bauhaus and Susie and Meat Beat Manifesto and the Lemonheads, and just that whole vibe. I just I don't know if it's the season or what. Maybe it is, but yeah, just digging it. I'm just going with that flow. And of course, as I'm on my goth vibe, and I hate even just calling it goth because it's like, it's just an appreciation of music. But it just happens to be a little bit darker, but not really. I don't know. Some of it is kind of dancey and fun. So, whatever. Somebody is blaring, I think it's Color Me Bad, I Want to Sex You Up. So, one extreme to the other, and I guess it's just a way of making sure I don't go full goth. I don't know. So, I recently hurt my hand, and I don't know if I did this at work or if I was trying way too hard to open up some of my lotions and potions, which unfortunately I had to do that. They were just really good lotions and potions, and I wanted to use them, but the packaging just made it really, really difficult to either scoop out or to open. There's a lotion It is like so thick. Like I need to get some sort of a contraption, or maybe it just involves me just standing on the container just so I can extract the lotion. Yes, that's how thick it is. Like, I can't even turn it upside down in order to use gravity and have that help me out. Oh no, this stuff is thick. But yeah, I hurt my hand either from that or work. I don't know, or maybe it's a combination of both. And no, I'm not doing crazy physical stuff at work, but it is like a lot of dealing with a lot of paper and stuff, and paper has weight to it, and it's a lot of paper I have to go through. So as a result, I don't know, it kind of feels like this injury, it's made it very difficult to do basic things, and the worst of it is dealing with the contraption that is the bra. And even if I had a sports bra and I didn't have to deal with like hooking things and fastening things, that does not make it any easier when you're trying to use one hand. So, major pouty phase, pout, pout, pout. And also having the just the limited use of my hand. I don't know, it's sort of like it affects every other aspect, and I feel like I'm not performing at 100%. And it's like sort of like when you're sick and you're just like a little bit sick, and even though you're a little bit sick, you just kind of like move slower, even though you're fine to do things. It's just you're feeling like a little under the weather, and it just affects your whole mood and your outlook. So that's kind of how my hand is, and I don't know, it's been a slow week for interesting things, and I've been too busy to even delve into things that I would find of interest and things that I want to do. So I know, wah on one hand, and I guess wah on the other, and wah on a third for hurting my hand. So wah all around, meh. But yeah, so I wish that I had a lot more to talk about, but sadly I don't. It's just it's just a slow news week, even though really the news has not been that slow. At least I don't think it is. But I just haven't been able to keep up with it. So my apologies that I don't have more fun things to share. Although, I believe I mentioned hearing this really cool song. It's called Clean by the band Brooklyn. And it was in a movie, and I could not remember the name of that movie. But the movie is called Enter Nowhere. And I didn't see the movie from beginning to end. I think I caught it like the last quarter of the movie, possibly. So I saw the ending, but it was interesting enough that I would actually see the movie from the beginning. And even though I did read up on it, I'm still curious enough that, you know what, I would like to really watch how this unfolds from beginning to end. So I will not talk too much about it. I will just say, check out the movie for yourself, read the synopsis, and see if it interests you. It was a little trippy, but good. Yeah. And actually, I think because I read up a little bit more on it, I tried not to watch too much of the ending. Oh, wait, did I? No, I think I did see... Yeah, I did see the ending because, yeah, that's how I discovered the song. So, yeah, even from what little I saw, I enjoyed it. And, yeah, I try to go into any movie I watch with minimal information. Like, I don't even like to look at the trailers because the trailers tend to show way too much of a movie. And it's like they're trying too hard to win you over, so they show you everything. Not my bag. And, but yeah, so I try not to read the synopsis, any of that stuff. And I think, actually, it's possibly why I enjoyed John Wick so much, the first one. When that first came out, I got it on DVD. Yes, I will still look at DVDs. They are not completely obsolete. So I watched it on DVD, and I went into it with zero expectation, and then within, like, the first, couple minutes, maybe? I'll give it, 5 minutes? or so, I was hooked, and I was with it from beginning to end, and I was like, whoa, why aren't more people talking about this movie? And eventually they did. So, let's see, what else? Well, I've been so busy, once I did get downtime, which actually wasn't until today, I was actually supposed to participate in this meditation on calming the commotion, and I was just so busy trying to catch up with my personal stuff, and I was multitasking, and I had a lot to do in a short amount of time, and I was fretting on getting all that stuff done, that and multitasking, and I was just listening to this meditation on calming the commotion, which was probably just defeating the purpose of it all. I was too busy and wrapped up in getting other stuff done and just making the most of the time that I had, and I also wanted to take advantage of the daylight while I could, and I just couldn't enjoy a meditation, which is sad. And that's, I don't know, it's one of the few things that I have enjoyed about the pandemic is that opportunity the opportunity to slow down and enjoy what you have and enjoy your surroundings. And with things opening back up, it's and I made a trip out. I had to get something at the store, and it was a little crowded, and the mall looked like it was more open than it had been before, and I don't know, I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of disappointed in that, and kind of wish I didn't go out, because I have been enjoying the more subdued and relaxed atmosphere, and the people not stressing out on the roads and the freeways, and just everybody just overall being more chill and nicer. So, I don't know. I hope we don't completely lose all of that. So, let's see. Let's pick this back up. So, let's see. I do hope that the injured hand that's meh, that won't be as much of a thing next week, and actually I don't know, maybe do another video of me just being goofy and doing something fun, so hopefully that'll happen. But in the meantime, I will end with this, because the season is coming up, and we have Black Friday, and then the holidays, and so on and so forth. I know I mentioned this before, but if you didn't check it out before, and just to repeat it, if you are in need of beautiful, beautiful gifts that also double as pieces of art and jewelry, please go to the website other45.com, and 45 is the number 45, so other, OTHER, the number 45.com. Check out that website and look at the most cool, unique jewelry you've ever seen that also doubles as artwork. It is very, very cool, so please check that out. It is Q2 Designs, and it is just in time for the holiday season, be that Halloween, be it somebody's birthday this fall, and definitely for Christmas and beyond. It is year-round, but Halloween-y, yay! So with that, I'm going to end the podcast, and thank you again for hanging out with me. I know that this one is a short one, but I thought you might appreciate that, as opposed to me going on and on and on for hours and hours and hours. So enjoy the holiday season. Make sure that you hug a tree, light a very cool candle, because I have lit up a lot of candles in my space, and it smells awesome. It smells like pumpkin pie and a berry cobbler of some kind, and just fall time smells. That's what I have surrounded myself with, and I know that it is just tempting me to no end, because I do not have any access to a cobbler or a pumpkin pie or anything of that sort. I don't have any sort of Halloween-y food, but I love the smell of it, all the same. So, happy Halloween and enjoy your golden hour. Feel free to check out the YouTube channel, Mari's Golden Hour, and check out the other past podcasts, check out other videos, and all that goofiness. And I thank you so much for hanging out with me. And with that, I bid you adieu.